So this one, Dimeback versus Saint. So this one's a really interesting one, right? We're in an interesting conundrum here. In this current situation that we're in, Dimeback is looking for points, but Saint doesn't need them. However, Saint's just trying to be, you know, Season 2 Saint. You see the beard, all that good stuff. But so basically, the story here is that Dimeback has everything to play for. Saint, I believe, has already qualified, or if not, is very close to qualifying. He is very high up on the standings. So, all things considered, that this guy's got everything to gain. This guy is here for the money, or just to practice. I don't know. He late registered. Anyway, let's get into this one.
Her list is ridiculous.
Yes, definitely. I think they just wanted to see her win.
Yeah, like you know how Ling was.
Oh yeah.
super strong with
So they're talking about hey, big old question marks. How's it going? So one of the things that they were talking about is Asuka got crazy buffed. She got a bunch of things, but one of the main things that she got that really helps is that her full crouch down forward 2 is now gives her a better reward, and on top of which she has forward 3, which is basically a safe mid mock kick. For the that's the best way to put it. It's a safe mid mock kick, and it has great range.
when 7.0 came out.
And it's
like,
safe.
maybe we finally want to see this character do really well.
So I actually don't know how this matchup goes anymore. I'd imagine that it's a little bit more even. Ooh, sidestep Tooth Fairy. Very
Yeah, off
nice.
the sidestep too.
Oh yeah, he's an anti. Very nice with it actually.
Look at this. I want to see this step. What is he stepping here?
She's a very popular character.
Ooh, he stepped the down forward 1.
Tooth
Very
Fairy there.
nice.
Yeah, off the sidestep too.
Pick
Oh, yeah.
up.
He's
Nice
an
splat. And then
anti-
goes for the forward 1.
Wall pressure.
Oof.
Go Dimeback.
So
Oh yeah.
why does this
Very
work?
nice.
So
Tooth Fairy there.
you get here,
Yeah, off the
goes for the
sidestep, too.
splat right here, and then he'll go for the forward 1 afterwards, right?
Oh,
Forward 1 does this unique animation, which I've been told it is only in Tekken 7, which you bounce off your shoulders and head. At this moment, you are unable to do a single thing. So if you know about the Geese uncombo / unscaled final Rapukin, this is the reason why it works. Because Fidoken 2-3, the axe kick, comes down and hits you. And then afterwards, you do this bounce. In that time, you are still able to get hit, but you are in this head bounce animation. So that's why that thing works. In this situation, she goes for the forward 1, or Dimeback does. And then afterwards, reads him going to press buttons or gets him to block low, and then does the forward 3 afterwards. So basically, you do that situation in order for you to get a good Oki situation, because of the head bounce basically being canned. You have to go through that head bounce animation, and you just bounce up after like that. So it's a good way to fix your Oki if you feel like you might not be getting good Oki reads. You can do that head bounce and then be able to sort of really limit their opportunity or their possible decisions that they can do while they're on the ground. So great round. So one thing is that Asuka does a shit ton of damage, so you really don't want to get hit by her. And there you go.
Defending his points against the invader.
Shoulder, still got
Big
positioning.
damage there from- Ouch.
Nice. Oi, went for the parry. No cigar. So one cool thing about how he got this after the launch, right? This match, how it ended after the launch. Alright. So he's starting off strong, right? He gets a good read. He thinks she presses buttons after the safe homing move. So what does he do after here? Instead of trying to put Oki, he backs up. Remember what I was talking about Octagon stages a couple days ago? If you weren't here, I'll redo it. Octagon. So Octagon. So on an Octagon, you are able on Octagon stages, you are able to better. Here, I'll put up my video for this. On octagon stages, you are better able to keep people cornered with a backdash. What do I mean by that? So in this situation, Dimeback is around right here, and then, man, you can't see my cursor on this? Huh, weird. What could I do here? There it is. All right. So in this situation, Dimeback's around right here. And this is he gets the launch, he puts him on the wall, right? And instead of pressing on the advantage, what he does is that he Saint backs up. He backs up to here. This is because for Dimeback to get off the wall, he has to either fight through him or he has to sidestep. And if he sidesteps, he's sidestepping into walls. And as soon as he gets to these corners, he's even more fucked. Because let's say Dimeback steps to the corner right here. He's also going to step to the corner. Now he has less room. Now he has angled walls on both sides of him. Instead of having a full 180, he has like a 135. So he's even less room to work with. Once you get into the situation, you can really play the left-right. I'm toying with you. I don't want you to get out of the corner game. Even if it's like this little like obtuse corner. But it is the same idea. So this is what you see out of Saint.
Hey, big damage there from wow.
Saint right here, he gets the full combo, backs up, right? And then he sidesteps to left as well. He really wants that specific range.
Big damage there from wow. Whoa, and he does the wall.
There you go.
Oh no, Sainto.
Textbook way to play octagon stages.
Ooh, great.
Wow, was that a punish on 4-4-2? That's crazy. I never see that punish.
Maybe not so much against Joey's, right?
There you
Less
go.
experienced than
Oi.
oh my god, the jackhammers. They nerfed it, they said.
Yep. Nerfed or not, it's a very important tool.
Yeah. These have to be less predictable now, right?
Nice.
They're less spammable.
Yeah. And you got to remember, she cannot parry it due to it being an elbow.
There you go. You see the difference in styles here. Dimeback is a very aggressive Asuka player. You see, instead of him backing up, what he does is that he goes back in. He knows that Asuka on the walls is such a good position to be in. So that was good stuff.
Interesting. Well, here we go. Dimeback of 2 rounds to 1. Abandoned Temple.
This is a lot
That's
of
the
season
one.
2 coming into play here.
Ooh, down back 2, and he plays off it as well. Very, very nice. That's that buff. That's one of the really good buffs in season 2. Is that down back 2 for JAC is now +3. So his game off that is much more useful. You'll see JAC players use it a little bit more often.
From Saint.
This might close it out. Bird feeder, no.
No, he drops it, or yeah, it doesn't mess up the or
We get it perfect.
he doesn't get the right combo for the wall ender.
Both of Saint's rounds were perfect here.
Oh, we're gonna get a demigod match?
I don't know.
Not gonna happen.
Oh yes, beautiful offense.
3.
Wow. Brave.
Oh,
he
the
tried it.
step.
Season 2 stuff.
Yikes, anti-dentite. Beautiful tooth fairy, and look at all
Look
the
at that
damage.
damage.
Yeah, Dimeback looking great here for game 1. Oh, the whip.
Man, that was really good. Saint fought himself off the walls very well. Look at this. He's a big hipped motherfucker right here. Look at this shit. So,
Oh yes, beautiful offense.
right here.
Wow.
So, great step on the forward 3. I don't know what he was reading. You're probably reading other options like down forward 1 or forward 1. You don't usually expect this yet, but it doesn't matter because it gets tooth fairyed anyway.
Oh, he tried it. He's like, we tried some season 2 stuff.
Anti-dentite. Beautiful tooth fairy.
Nice combo, right? And then so combo hits, he rolls specifically to the left, right? Rolls to the left. Gets a good block on the low while standing 4. Now I have plus frames. Woo! It's exactly what I need when I'm on the wall like this, right? So what does he do with the plus frames? Instead, he doesn't go in. He doesn't try to put pressure on you. He backs up. He's trying to get some room here. Forward 1. Drop the elbow. Wow, that looks really weird. I never paused it on the... Like, I didn't know he, like, kneeled down when he did it. So he got the room. He recognized that Dimeback is a very aggressive Asuka player, so he's trying to get some room with this jackhammer. If it hits, cool. And then uses the sidestep 1. Sidestep 1 is very, very slow, but it's plus on block. So, sidestep 1. Dimeback steps into the wall. I think maybe trying to get away from a forward 1, possibly, but I wouldn't advise it anyway, because now that you're close to the wall, it's very likely that you'll still get hit by it.
And that could have been a huge mistake. Oh, the
And
wall
now
pressure bad.
we have the side switch. In this sequence right here, Saint was able to get back to the wall.
Position for Dimeback now, though.
Calling Amber Lamps. Dimeback needs to get away from the wall.
Dimeback does really
That was
well
a
to
good
fight
choice.
off,
That was a
and
good
he
choice.
does a great throw in order to switch it up. Now, Saint, they're not specifically on the corner, but he's definitely switched up the situation.
Break put him nice. Center
He,
stage.
at least himself, is
Okay.
out off the wall.
No,
Gets
no,
the throw.
That should be it. Okazumi.
Oh, the mix-up.
Got him to duck. That was very nice. Of course,
Good
you know,
shit,
the duck makes
Dimeback.
sense, right? Because
Right.
jab into the lows is very common strategy. And yeah, Dimeback licking his lips, licking his chops. Oh, and he grabs that weird nasal inhaler, stuffs it in there. Let me get another serving. All the way in.
Damn, seconds?
Nice work. Yeah, man. Of course. Okay, looking sharp.
Yeah, that was a scary ending.
He's
there, but
looking
Dimeback
sharp.
holds on.
Dimeback's looking very sharp.
This time around, yeah,
One of the things that he's very good at as a player is that he gets so
At
much
the end of this,
reward off
probably
little
better for
little
Oscar,
things.
right?
So like,
I don't know, man. I
if you
mean, I think
consider a
both-
launch a
both
little thing, or
characters
he gets
utilize
reward
the
off, he
ball
gets a lot of
very
reward
well,
off a
and I
lot
don't
of
think that's
things.
a match.
So one of the things that he does is that he has the ability to sort of take plus frames and then turn it into like a full blown mix up, because he really wants to fuck you over. He doesn't care about this like wanting to constantly play neutral nonsense. He wants to, once he gets in, he wants to maul you. He wants to end this. He wants to take you to the wall. He wants to play the Asuka game. So I don't blame him, because Asuka's wall game is really good. Asuka's wall game is very impressive. So I wouldn't think that's a terrible thing.
Oscar's got the parry. Remember, the parry into the wall combo is a factor too.
Yeah. I gotta believe Saint would be ready to chicken, but you never know.
Yeah. He didn't once earlier.
Oh, he just caught.
Chicken, huh? Chicken, huh? I don't think so.
Doesn't know how to do that. Second hit, while in 2-1.
Oh, I love the reposition. He wanted to get every drop of juice out of that.
All right, I was not paying
No,
attention to that
Wall
entire round.
combo is a factor too.
Yeah. I gotta believe Saint would be ready to chicken, but you never know.
Yeah. He didn't once earlier.
Oh, he just caught.
Chicken, huh? Chicken, huh?
Sorry, I was like
I don't
freaking
think
out
so.
about the stream.
Doesn't know how to do that. Second hit, while in 2-1.
Oh, I love the reposition. He wanted to get every
Streams freak me out.
drop of juice out of that, but yeesh.
All right, one more time. One more time. Sorry.
Oh, he just caught. Be ready.
For the
All right.
parry into the walls very well, and I don't think that the
Oh,
matchup.
I was
Oscar's got
mega
the parry.
freaking out about the stream. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway.
Remember, the parry into the wall combo is a factor too.
Yeah.
So it starts off with a launch.
I gotta believe Saint would be ready.
It's
to
not a
chicken, but you never
not a
know.
bad risk, right?
He didn't once earlier.
Dimeback's a very aggressive player. Damn. The parry on the back
I don't
too.
think so.
Doesn't know how to do that. Second
Counter
hit,
hit.
while in 2-1.
Oh, I love the reposition. He wanted to get every drop of juice out of that, but yeesh.
Counter hit on that.
Yeah, good
JAC
stuff.
out.
So
Yeah,
I mean, what was the calculated risk on him taking that down 4-2? Well, he got the round. But the idea is that, you know, Dimeback's a very aggressive player. So if he has the ability to get a launch early on, take him to the wall. On an octagon stage, that's 24 by 24. So very easy for JAC to get to the wall. If he does this, then he wins. That's the idea.
Jackhammer.
So, you know, calculated risk.
Jab, very nice.
This is a guy who wants to press buttons all the time.
The cancel on
Very
the tooth
aggressive
fairy.
Asuka player.
Wow, from downtown. Jab offense. Interrupts.
Yeah, look at this. Now he's just mauling him.
Mixing things up beautifully right now.
Yeah, his timing is superb. Again.
Another throw, but now he's put his back against the wall. This is not good. Ugh.
Ouch, Dimeback.
Thought maybe he could get away with it because he wasn't breaking him.
Can. Wow, positioning.
Up back 1+2. So,
Up in danger. This is gonna
gets the
be
combo.
ball
Rolls to the right. He goes for the grab. Doesn't work out. You expect him to step to the right in this situation. Look at the orientation of the players, right? This is JAC slightly off axis or off. what am I trying to say? The line that these two characters create is off the wall. It's not perpendicular to the wall. So it's not good. So Asuka has the ability to step up to the right and step off the corner. If that happens, then it's going to be like very obvious jackhammers to put him in there. So what does he do? Is he tries to go for a tracking move. Right. Tracking move doesn't work out, but he keeps her there and actually steps to the left. Now, this is one of the things that we saw him do earlier a second ago. He maybe ill-advised steps left on the wall, but it is definitely a mix-up, right? You expect people, when they have the room to step right off the wall, that they would take it. Instead, we got a step to the left. So, step to the left. He goes for, what was it, the 1+2? Something like that. Not a bad idea, considering it's a pretty good move.
Very nice work.
And he gets off the wall. He goes for the mix-up because he knows it wasn't going to kill. And then down forward 2. Is that going to be it?
That should be enough. Oh my god, now he didn't go for the rage art. Ooh, why didn't he go for the rage art before?
Oh my god.
Oh, yo, wrist chuck. Why didn't he go for rage art? So hold on, let me look at this combo real quick. I have a feeling that if he put forward 4 into his combo, it would have worked.
Nice tech roll there by saying. Yeah. The down forward 2 cast them coming in. That should be enough.
I mean, forward 4 back 1. Instead, he did 2 forward 4.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, we're looking at before the screw, right?
The down forward 2 cast them coming in. That should be enough.
That's definitely a very risky rage art. But I think if he did forward 4 back 1 off the launch, he might have been able to do it. Normally you go for 2 forward 4 because it's easier to confirm that you got the launch. If you're not pretty strict on your timing of forward 4, you'll drop it. It has a bit of startup. Huh. That's unfortunate.
Oh my god, now he didn't go for the rage art. Ooh. Why didn't he go for the rage up before? Oh my god.
Then throw mix up again. Wrist chuck.
That was weird.
Wow, very nice.
Tied up. Starts off with the down back one.
Dimeback in the lead as far as game count.
So this is pretty cool from Dimeback. This is one of the things I've been seeing a lot of Korean players use quite a bit. So what they will do, you see that he goes low again. Good read from Saint to block it, and he punishes it accordingly by wall standing forward before the second hit comes out. And then comes up.
As far as game count,
Recognized it wasn't his moment, and then he goes for the low again. And this is something I've been recognized quite a bit, is that he recognized that he's reading 2 lows in a row or something like that. So he goes for the low again, having him expect it. He's sort of the concept is that you cash out on your read if it's a low reward read, you cash out on that read. So it's not a bad idea. So you got the plus frames, but Saint backs up.
backing up.
Back to ooh, just doing strings.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely gormless.
Wow, look at the position.
Yo, the cans.
Oh, the
Unblockable. And the low kick.
unbelievable. The tech roll catch.
That shit is
Dimeback
crazy.
looking
You see how
good.
aggressive
No
Dimeback
wall
is.
Dimeback 1 round away from eliminating Saint. Round 4. Here at SCR.
Infinite.
I really wish it didn't do that. Like, you go through this transition, right?
Eliminating Saint.
Round start. Nope.
Here at SCR.
Infinite stage. Oh,
Yo, we start with the fucking back 3?
Very nice work. Oh,
So he goes for the he goes for the push on this stage. I don't know. That's the thing I don't agree with here.
No.
So he gets the screw. I would have preferred him to dunk with forward 1 or go for forward 3. Forward 3 puts you face down but towards, and it's not a great situation to be in.
Crush. Very nice work. Oh, interrupt.
Pick it up.
And
Very
right
nice.
back.
Tried to whiff punish.
The Saint fly all the way out here just to go home early to Dimeback.
To his roommate, to his
Man,
JAC.
he has consistently blocked those wheel kick lows.
Jackhammer, Dimeback, cooking something up right now. Backing up. Oh,
A
yes.
lot of trades back and forth.
Got a slight lead here.
Oh, mock kick.
Uh-huh.
Look at that damage.
Saints got rage. No throw. Break again.
Oh
That
my
will do
god, the throw game.
God.
Oh my god.
Oh, Saints
That
are God.
was crazy.
What?
Saint is a legend.
Saint
That
is a god.
was-
Look at all these blocked
God.
lows.
Saints got
Look at this.
rage.
So he gets thrown. The throw game is working out for him pretty well for Dimeback. It's working out pretty darn well, right? So,
Break again, and that'll do it.
boom.
Oh my God.
Low. Blocked low.
The block.
And the whiff punish. Boom.
That was crazy. Saint,
Crazy. Even
Saint
Dimeback's
is
like,
a
what the fuck,
legend.
bruh?
Those two blocks were miracle
Why would you
blocks.
block these?
It's not
Miracle
over.
blocks.
Still, set point for Dimeback.
Just
Punish.
For that, he's already a legend.
Bro.
That was amazing.
Punish.
That was
It's 2 knockdowns in a row.
I can't believe it.
Beautiful
One.
Saint
back
is
swing.
still
Look
in
at
it.
that. Look at that. Look at this damage. This is two block punishes. Boom. Counter hit forward 1. Forward 4-1.
After
Counter
Not over just
jackhammer.
yet. Dimeback trying to close it out.
Truly a legend. That was incredible.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The
Wow.
Hug.
Unbelievable.
uh.
Dimeback just letting
Just
it
does the
slip
back
away.
three because he
He's got
wants
rage.
the
He's got
Oki.
rage with Oscar. He's got
Oh.
rage with Oscar.
No, he
It's not over yet.
Wow, you picked that up anyway? That's
It's
fucked
over
up.
yet. It's not over yet. It's over. Very nice.
What is that
Oscar
damage?
Crazy.
Ooh, that was awesome, man. It's
It's
over.
dead. He's got rage with
Legend. That was incredible.
Okay.
get
So I was talking about this last time.
ahead of ourselves.
So gets the hug. Very nice.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if this is the best combo you could have gotten off hug, but and you wanted Oki, but it is what it is. That's not the worst thing because one more launch would have done it anyway. So low, mid,
Wait, he's got rage.
he's dashing in his face. And as soon as he presses a button, oh no, look at the knees coming up. Oh my god, my nuts. Ugh. This is what I was talking about a while ago.
Unbelievable.
So
Dimeback just
you're in this situation, right? Low, mid. All right, so now look at this situation. You're about 50 to 55% life, right? All things considered, you're about 50 to 55% life. In this situation, you have to think about what your opponent is thinking right now because there are a couple of ideas or there's a couple of win conditions per se for a character like Asuka. One of them is to abuse the forward 1 or the blue forward 1, right? Because it adds you can able to add an unscaled move afterwards. It's very, very good. So in this situation, what are you thinking? Well, I need to not get launched, not get launched by big damage counter hits, stuff like that. Don't get down forward 2, play it safe, because I'm just looking for little hits. And in fact, in this situation, I might have backed up because I would have been able to take a bunch of little hits, but I wouldn't have been able to take one big hit. So I would have been willing to get pestered.
He's got rage. He's got rage with Oscar. He's got rage with Oscar.
It's not over yet.
Rage drive.
It's
Kill.
over. It's over.
dead.
Not over yet.
How much fucking damage that last hit does. Oh my god.
Oscar's damage is crazy.
Ooh, that was awesome, man. Yeah, man. Keeping it together just when we thought it was going to be
Jesus.
Man, that was awesome. What a good match.
Good
What a
stuff.
good match.